Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Samir Ali. I'm the executive director over here at Edify Elite, which is a project of Edify group of companies. So today this video comes in a series of videos which we are going to make regarding scholarships and admissions in top tier universities in undergraduate programs throughout the world, with a specific focus on the US. As you saw in the last video, which was made by my partner, Mr. Ali Ayan, the managing director over here at Edify Elite. He gave a very cursory knowledge into what uh, country you should apply to and which country is the most generous in giving out scholarships. So I'm gonna build on this knowledge. I'm gonna tell you more about scholarships, because the biggest concern that comes from parents and students, and I understand the need for such, as the inflation is rising, the world is becoming more and more expensive to live in, things are becoming more and more uncertain, and there's a certain you can say bit of pressure of the economy, especially on Pakistani students. So that is why there students who even afford to give the tuition fees of these international, exuberant fees of these international universities, do have in mind a certain objective to gain a certain bit of scholarship to ease their parents or ease themselves in the transition period or giving the fees to these universities. So the main point of this video is going to be scholarships and the type of scholarships that are available specifically in the US. So after this video, we'll continue the series and we'll tell you about different universities, we'll tell you about the different aspects, the admission requirements, the rankings of the universities, which universities are good for which courses, which universities have a better chance of giving you an acceptance, sorry, you have a better chance of getting an acceptance letter for those from those universities in a certain, for example, STEM program, or let's say artificial intelligence program, or a business degree. So because there are so many universities in the US, this understanding is very key, that not all university is like fit for every student. So what I'm basically trying to say is that every university has specific programs, and if you choose the right university for your specific program, you have a better chance of getting into that university. And our focus will be divided in these videos on different areas. So let's begin this specific video on the types of scholarships that are available in the US. The first thing I would want to let all my viewers right now know is the difference between need blind and need aware universities. So this is very simple, although the name sounds very flashy, but this is very simple. Need blind universities are those universities which do not take into account your request for a scholarship, being it merit based or need based, when they consider your admission. And need aware universities are those universities which are aware of the fact that you have also requested or applied for a scholarship. So when we talk about need blind universities are very few in nature, but these universities are mostly comprised of the Ivy League universities: Harvard, Stanford, Cornell, Dartmouth. So these universities, among other Ivy League universities, are need blind. There are some other universities that are need blind as well. For example, Amherst is need blind. And then we transition towards need aware universities. Most of the universities in the US are need aware. So when we talk about need aware universities, I have a few open here with me right now. Yep. So most universities in the US are need aware, meaning that these universities know that you have applied for a scholarship, being it either need based or merit based. and these universities do take that into account when they are deciding to give you an admission or not, because it's very obvious. A university needs to know that they are going to give you an admission letter. Will you be able to pay their tuition fee? If you're not able to pay their tuition fee, the seat or the specific position might go to another student who has the money to pay or is willing to pay. So these universities do take into consideration that you have applied for a scholarship. So these universities are known as need aware universities. These include Boston University, Northwestern University, NYU, Rochester University, and so on and so forth. As I said, most universities are need aware. So, with this in mind, let's move on to the next categories. So, the next categories are of merit based scholarship and need based scholarship. So, let's talk first about merit based scholarship. So, I have a list open with me of different types of merit based scholarships and what is the different facets of these scholarships. So merit based scholarships are mostly automatically granted in the sense that the university automatically considers you for the scholarship. Now, I throughout my research, I've come to the understanding that merit based scholarships are almost never up to 100%. They are partial scholarships. So most universities, when they give out merit based scholarships, they either amount to $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, and so on and so forth. There are some universities that do give out merit based scholarships in a very hefty amount that do cover up more than 50% of your tuition fee, but mostly universities give out merit-based scholarship in the ballpark figure of 5 to 10,000, $15,000. Now, why does a university give you a merit-based scholarship? What is the rationale behind it? How can you get these scholarships? So, when we talk about automatic consideration, the university looks at your, like, it's different for every university. Some universities look at your academic performance. If your academic performance is very, very good, they give you a scholarship. Some universities base their scholarship on your SAT scores. Some universities base their scholarship on any specific talent that you have. So let's say a university has a very, you can say, rigorous soccer team, or a very regular, for Pakistani students, let's say a very up and coming cricket team, and they want students that can come in and like boost up their cricket club, or like boost up their university's varsity team or whatever. So if you have a very good extracurricular activity, or you can show to the university, demonstrate to the university, let's say you have played in the national team, you have played in the inter-regional team, or you have played in the state level team, and that you possess a very unique talent for cricket, they might give you a scholarship based on that. Let's say, for example, let's try a different example over here. You conducted a research project into artificial intelligence. Now the university is also like specific university, let's say University of San Francisco, which is located in the Silicon Valley, is also in investing heavily in artificial intelligence technology or data sciences, or let's say cybersecurity, and you did a project in any of these fields, and the university sees that you are very well versed in this area, then that university might consider giving you a merit scholarship just to have you here with them, here in the university, and like you working alongside their other student body or their professors in that specific area. So merit based scholarships are mostly automatically considered, but sometimes you have to apply for specific merit based scholarships. Like for example, you have some specific scholarships, just give me a second. Yeah, You have specific scholarships, for example, in the University of Amherst, or you have the Emory College Presidential Scholarship, or you have the Duke Crash Scholarship. So these scholarships do require you to fill out some extra questionnaires, or they require you to write some extra short essays in order for you to be considered for this scholarship. So this is the merit, these are the aspects of merit based scholarships. Now we move towards need based scholarships. So when we talk about need based scholarships, what US universities look at is that they have given a criteria that if you make less than a certain amount of money in a given year, let's say your income is less than $60,000 in US, then you will be considered for a need-based scholarships. Now, need-based scholarships are not automatic. Need-based scholarships require a separate form to be filled. These forms come in two kinds. The first kind is regulated by the college board, which also regulates your SAT exams, and this is known as the CSS profile. Now, the CSS profile is mostly related to your family's income, your parents' tax returns, their income, your savings, and all of the financial aspects of your family. How much land do you have? How many cars do you have? And it's quite a detailed form that you have to fill out. Now, the CSS profile does have some associated cost with it. It's $25 for the first application and $16 for each subsequent university CSS form that you fill out. And a free alternative that not all universities take, but most universities take, a free alternative to that is the IFSA form. Now, if you're a student applying from the US, if you're a national student, it's called the FEFSA form, that is the federal aid form. Now, if you're a international student, you have to fill out the ISFA form. Now, if when you fill out this form, it also kind of asks you the same things that are in your CSS profile, that then it requires you, the same goes for the CSS profile, they both require you to upload documents that serve as evidence to what you're saying, that your family does not have enough money to pay the full amount of scholarship. Now, a very good understanding in this that every student should have is that when you say that I have no money, I have zero money to pay your tuition fee, or I have only 10% or 5% money to pay your scholarship fee, and you're applying to a need aware scholarship, need aware university, then your chances of getting into that university are decreased. So it's always a good idea to tell these universities that you have a certain amount, like for example, you have 50% of the money that is going towards the tuition fee, and you're looking for a need-based scholarship of the rest of the 50%. Now, the university might consider filling out that 50% gap with, let's say, 35% need-based scholarship and 15% merit-based scholarship. So it's kind of a win-win situation for both parties, as the university doesn't have to give out you the whole 100% scholarship, and you increase your chances of getting into that university. Now, these are the need-based scholarships. Some other very you can say not very common types of scholarships that each university have is like the presidential scholarship, the trustee scholarship, the dean's scholarship, and these vary from university to university. Now, these different type of scholarships, you have to be very diligent about it. You have to go to the university website, you have to check if this university is giving scholarships to international students, because not every college gives, or every university gives scholarships to international students. So you have to check if that university accepts the CSS profile for international students. You have to check if they do not accept the CSS profile, do they accept the ISFA form. uh, If they don't accept both, then you have to research and come to the conclusion that this university does not give out scholarships to international students. So you have to do your research. uh, However, there I would like ease you over here. I don't want everyone to stress out. I would ease you over here by saying that a lot of colleges, hundreds and hundreds of colleges, do give out scholarships to international students. And if you have a good counselor, if you are well versed, if you pick your universities right, there is a very good chance that you'll end up in a great university with a very generous scholarship. So this video was just you can say very brief introduction of the kind of scholarships that are available. In our next videos, we will be diving deeper into all these aspects, how you can get into these universities, how what these universities look towards, what are the criterias, what is the common app, how you fill out the common app, how many recommenders do you need, how many activities you can list out, what kind of activities you should list out, how do you apply for a scholarship, how do you fill out the css profile, how do you fill out the isfa form. So this is going to be a very long series in which we are going to basically tell you each and everything about uh, admissions in the top tier US universities with scholarships. So stay tuned for our videos. Do like and subscribe our page, our YouTube channel, and that way you'll get all the updates. And thank you for joining us. I'll be signing off. Thank you.